Cek satu. Cek. Cek. Dal. 1, 2. Tes. Enakan pakai mana, Riz? Nih. Cek 1, 2, 3. Cek 1, 2, 3. Cek 1, 2, 3. Cek 1, 2, 3. Ini 2 ya. Cek 1, 2, 3 nih. 1, 2. Nomor 2. Tes kecilin dikit Dal. Yang bawahnya ya. Cek. Sama. Bang Andi. Cek, cok. Tak. Tes. Gak ada suaranya. Gak ada suaranya. Cek 1. Time for regrets. I've been flying from town to
been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
When you have an extra 3 kg, you can carry more gifts.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption, eat faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just picking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly.
Cek. Cek.
Cek.
Nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen.
Para tamu undangan dan hadirin yang terhormat, serta Bapak dan Ibu sekalian.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you all.
Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua.
Good morning everyone. I am Nayandra Agastia Putra and this is my partner Patricia Nesamae. Such a great pleasure for us to be your master of ceremonies through this conference.
Selamat pagi para hadirin. Saya Patricia Nesamae bersama dengan rekan saya Nayandra Agastia Putra, sebuah kehormatan bagi kami untuk menjadi pembawa acara pada konferensi ini.
We are delighted to welcome you to the 5th International Conference on Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber, and Information System for the opening ceremony that the Faculty of Computer Science, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta holds.
Dengan senang hati, kami menyambut Anda dalam upacara pembukaan konferensi internasional di bidang Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber, dan Information System kelima yang diselenggarakan oleh Fakultas Ilmu Komputer Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta.
The Honorable General Chair of ICIMCIS 2023, Erli Krisnanik Eskom MM,
Rektor of Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, Dr. Antervenus M. Akom,
Profesor Dr. Muhammad Nordin from University Sultan Zainal Abidin, Uniza, Malaysia,
Dr. Vidya Sagar M. Potdar, Director of Blockchain R&D Laboratory, Curtin University, Australia,
Nurul Hija Mazlan, PhD from University Teknologi Mara, Malaysia,
Mr. Nur Arifin Akbar, STMcom ICIH, Manager of Blockchain Center of Excellence, Bank Rakyat Indonesia,
Heru Setiawan, PhD, IBM DC Cloud, Canada,
Dr. Widya Khalil, MIT, Head of Undergraduate Program in Informatics, Faculty of Computer Science, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta,
Representative of IEEE Indonesia Section, Dr. Devi Kuswidiastuti, ST, MSc,
and also presenters and participants of ICIMCIS 2023.
Praise be upon God Almighty, who always gives us grace and mercy to attend this conference in healthy condition and without any obstacle.
Puji syukur kehadirat Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, atas berkat dan karunia-Nya, kita dapat berkumpul di acara ICIMCIS 2023 dalam keadaan sehat walafiat.
5th International Conference on Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber, and Information System 2023 held in conjunction with SEINASI-KESI and SENABDIKOM. This conference will be held for 2 days from 7th and 8th November 2023.
Konferensi internasional di bidang Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber, dan Information System kelima tahun 2023 dilaksanakan bersamaan dengan Seminar Nasional Informatika, Sistem Informasi, dan Keamanan Siber, dan Seminar Nasional Pengabdian kepada Masyarakat Bidang Ilmu Komputer. Konferensi ini dilaksanakan selama 2 hari dari tanggal 7 sampai dengan 8 November 2023.
Also, present the co-host of this conference, Universitas Bina Nusantara. And in collaboration with Universitas Indo Global Mandiri and Amikom Yogyakarta. The theme of ICIMCIS 2023 is A New Paradigm of Digital Transformation Blockchain and IoT for Society 5.0.
Tema dari ICIMCIS 2023 adalah sebuah paradigma baru dari transformasi digital blockchain dan IoT bagi masyarakat 5.0.
ICIMCIS 2023 is expected to be a forum for lecturers, teachers, researchers, and practitioners in information and communication technology from Indonesia and all over the world.
ICIMCIS 2023 merupakan ajang forum bagi dosen, pengajar, peneliti, dan praktisi di bidang teknologi informasi dan komunikasi dari Indonesia dan seluruh dunia.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going to sing Indonesia Raya National Anthem and Mars Bela Negara. To all the respective guests, please stand up.
Para tamu undangan dan hadirin yang terhormat, serta Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Selanjutnya, kita akan menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya dan Mars Bela Negara. Hadirin dimohon berdiri. Hadirin dipersilahkan duduk kembali.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going to listen to the welcoming speech delivered by the ICIMCIS 2023 General Chair, Mrs. Erli Krisnanik, Eskom MM.
Para tamu undangan dan hadirin yang terhormat, serta Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Selanjutnya, akan kita dengarkan sambutan dari Ketua ICIMCIS 2023, Ibu Erli Krisnanik, Eskom MM. Kepada Ibu Erli, kami silahkan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and peace be upon all of you. The Honorable Rector UPN Veteran Jakarta, Associate Professor Dr. Antarvenus M. Akom, the Honorable Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin bin Abdurrahman from Fakulty Informatics and Komputer UNISA, Malaysia, the Honorable Dr. Vidya Sagar M. Potdar, Director, Blockchain R&D Laboratory, Curtin University, Australia, the Honorable Nurul H. Mazlan, PhD, Lecturer of University Technology, Mara, Malaysia, the Honorable Vice Rector, Dean, and all distinguished guests who come here. Praise and gratitude to the God Almighty, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Thanks to His grace this morning, we can attend this 5th International Conference on Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber and Information System, ICIMCIS 2023 in good health. The 5th International Conference, which has held in a hybrid manner by the Faculty of Computer Science UPN Veteran Jakarta, carried the theme A New Paradigm of Digital Transformation, Blockchain and IoT for Society 5.0. This theme represents a super intelligent society where technologies such as big data, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and robotics and integrated into every industry and serves all social segments. To all participants, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm proud of you, as we know that Society 5.0 is a concept of human-centered community development that balances economic progress and solving social problems by a system that combines virtual space and real space. Society 5.0 is proposed in the 5th Science and Technology Basic Plan as the future society that Japan aspires to be. Blockchain technology has the potential to overcome problems related to data ownership, data integrity, and the market monopoly. Public blockchain support the implementation of a vision of data democratization, where everyone has access to data and there are no gatekeeper exploiting isolated data. Therefore, to welcome the era of Society 5.0, the Faculty of Computer Science UPN Veteran Jakarta held this international conference. This conference aims to strengthen collaboration and become a forum from academic, professional, and researcher in the field of information technology in realizing blockchains and IoT for Society 5.0. In this year, our international conference has received 155 submitted papers, and we already 21 reject paper and 135 accepted paper. Each paper is reviewed by 2 or more reviewers. There are 11 universities from other countries, including Curtin University Technology, Australia Polytechnic, University of Philippines, University South China of Technology, China Academy of Social Science, University Technology Malaysia, University Technology Mara Shah Alam, Asia and University Malaysia, Bonsi State University Gadau, Bangladesh Army, University of Engineering and Technology, University Sultan Zainal Abidin, and University Technology Malaysia. And there are 23 campus that have joined as author coming from different regions in Indonesia. We would like to say thank you to Bina Nusantara for being a co-host, Amikom Yogyakarta, UIGM, Unsri, PT Indolakto, and IEEE Indonesia section who have become our partners. Don't forget, we would like to say thank you to our Rector UPN Veterans Jakarta who has supported us, and the conference team who have made effort from registration until holding this conference running well. To all participants, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm proud of you. Finally, we are holding the 5th International Conference in a hybrid manner. This can strengthen collaboration and become a forum for academic, professional, and researchers to discuss and exchange research results, innovative idea and experience to advance the field in informatics, multimedia, cyber and information system. And next year, we hope we can conduct international conference fully offline. And maybe we can doing our conference in different city, not in Jakarta anymore. I hope our rector will support about it. And also, I hope that this conference can become the main forum for researchers to produce research based on diverse international expertise and experience, as well as improve the quality of decision. Thank you very much for your coming and for your join to our conference in 5th International Conference, ICIMCIS 2024 in next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Early, for the opening speech. Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to listen to the next welcoming speech delivered by the representative of IEEE Indonesia section, Dr. Devi Kuswidiastuti, ST, MSc.
Para tamu undangan dan hadirin yang terhormat, serta Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Selanjutnya, kita akan dengarkan sambutan dari perwakilan IEEE Indonesia Section, Dr. Devi Kuswidiastuti, ST, MSc. Kepada Dr. Devi, kami silahkan.
Ms. Early Krishnani, ESCOM MM, as well as the distinguished keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Nurdin bin Abdul Rahman, and Dr. Nurul Hamazlan, and then Dr. Vidya Sagar M. Dar. And last but not least, to the conference committee members and all participants, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the IEEE Indonesia section, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to all keynote speakers, presenters, and participants to the 5th International Conference, Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber, and Information Systems, ICIMCIS 2023. This year, the conference is held in hybrid mode on 7 until 8 of November 2023. ICIMCIS is organized by the Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta, and technically co-sponsored by the IEEE Indonesia section. As this year's theme, a new paradigm of digital transformation, blockchain, and IoT for Society 5.0. ICIMCIS covers the latest advances in informatics, multimedia, cybersecurity, and information systems. With these 4 technical tracks in the conference, all of which perfectly belonging in this technical scope of IEEE, we can expect a good share of contributions through the technical papers presented in this conference in the form of innovative ideas towards the achievement of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, including the solutions for critical sustainability issues the planet faces today. The IEEE Indonesia sections have carried out a large variety of activities for 35 years of its operation in Indonesia. Our mission is in line with the global mission of IEEE, namely advancing technology for humanity, which in our case is adapted to the condition and necessity of the people in Indonesia, while still contributing to the mission implementation internationally. We maintain good and mutual relationship and networking with Indonesian government, industries, universities, professionals, and scientific organizations, and also various communities in Indonesia. At the same time, we are also starting to work together with other IEEE sections in the Asia-Pacific regions. We had a cooperation agreement with the Director General of Higher Education since 2021, which allows us to directly participate in the development of engineering higher education in Indonesia. We are also developing cooperations with professional organizations as well as universities in Indonesia. We are now currently have 21 technical society chapters and joint chapters, covering the fields of interest of 27 IEEE societies, widely ranging from power and energy to computer to oceanic engineering to education, social implications of technology. These chapters support various scientific and academic activities in Indonesia, including technical co-sponsorship of international conferences. As of now, we have also a student branch and student branch chapters in 36 universities in Indonesia, which support educational, early career development, and international networking for university students. We would like to invite all universities in Indonesia to establish IEEE student branch at their campus and maximize the potential benefits of talent and skill development for students through IEEE. Aside from that, we also hold workshops on STEM, one of the IEEE programs for high school students in our attempt to attract the best talents to study in the field of engineering. In terms of international publications, according to IEEE Explorer, as of August 2023, there are almost 31,000 scientific papers in IEEE Explorer with at least one author coming from Indonesia. Published in IEEE co-sponsored conferences and IEEE journals. However, out of those 31,000, there are still less than 1,000 papers with at least one Indonesian author published in high-impact IEEE journals. Accordingly, we encourage Indonesian researchers to publish their work in relevant IEEE journals. To conclude this remark, we highly appreciate the commitment shown by the organizers of ICIMCIS 2023 to keep the quality of accepted papers at the highest level, focusing only on papers within the scientific scope of IEEE and scope of the conferences. Finally, we wish you an enjoyable and valuable experience during this event by sharing your best knowledge in the research area of your interest. And please make ICIMCIS 2023 a memorable event. Thank you and have a good day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Devi, for the opening speech. Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going to listen to the next opening speech delivered by Director of Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, Dr. Antervenus M.Com. And we would like to request Director to officially open the ICIMCIS 2023.
Para tamu undangan dan hadirin yang terhormat, serta Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Selanjutnya, akan kita dengarkan sambutan sekaligus pembukaan ICIMCIS 2023 oleh Rektor Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, Dr. Antervenus M.Com. Kepada Dr. Antervenus, kami silahkan.
Well, good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be with you all. And a very warm greeting from Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta. Today I just have a small talk conversation with our speakers. For today, attend in this room two speakers, ya, Bu Erli. First, the Honorable Dr. Professor Dr. Muhammad. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. The Honorable Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin bin Abdurrahman, Professor of Computing at University Sultan Jainal Abidin, Malaysia. We have very close relationship, yeah, with this university. We have probably for many semester we have exchange student, yeah, between these two universities. So thank you very much for your attend today. The second, the Honorable Dr. Fidi or Vidya Sagar M. Podkars, Director of Blockchain R&D Laboratory, Curtin University, Australia, and then online also presence in these seminars or conference. The Honorable Dr. Nurul H. Mazlan, PhD from University Technology Mara, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, from the very beginning, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you, the participants, the speakers, the committee, to attend this great international conference. And today's is the 5th annual International Conference on Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber and Information System 2023. And we are proud to be able to host it today here at this wonderful place with all of you. And I'm honored to welcome all the researchers and academia from all over the world to join this event either online or offline. This conference is expected to give an interactive forum for sharing and exchanging knowledge on the latest and potential research collaboration in computer science, engineering, education, and health. And this conference will invite 5 keynote speakers from 3 countries. As I mentioned earlier, 2 from Malaysia, from Universitas Abidin and Universitas Teknologi Mara, and then also Professor Fidi from Curtin University, Australia. Before we get started, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously help us make this event come together to become a success. All of the committee's members and a co-host partner, Bina Nusantara University, and we couldn't have done it without you. And last but not least, I'd like to say thank you, special thanks to Bu Ermatita, who was the initiators of this international conference, yeah. And for the first time, we held this conference in 2019. So very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And if you have any questions, suggestion, or clarification, just feel free to contact the committee. As requested by the Master of Ceremony and also General Chairs of this conference, I was asked to open this conference officially. So on behalf of Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, I, Rector of UPNVJ, officially open this International Conference on Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber and Information System 2023. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Forget. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Antarvenus, for opening this conference.
Now, we officially welcome you to ICIMCIS 2023.
We are now continuing our next agenda to the prayer reading delivered by Mr. Muhammad Panji Muslim, SPD MKOM.
Selanjutnya, pembacaan doa dari Bapak Muhammad Panji Muslim, SPD MKOM. Kepada Bapak Panji, kami silahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, peace and blessings be upon us all. With your permission, Let us take a moment to recite a prayer. The prayer will be conducted following Islamic ways, so others please adjust accordingly. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan yu'afimahu wa yukafiu mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yang baghi zul jalali wal ikram wa azimya sultani. Allahumma sholli ala Muhammad wa ala ali wa ashabihi ajmain. O Allah, the most compassionate, your love knows no bounds. Dear Rabbi, the most merciful, your compassion is immeasurable. We are thankful for all your blessing. By your guidance and permission, we have gathered at the Ibis-style Simatupang Hotel for the International Conference of Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber and Information System. Dear God, who bestows blessings, we eagerly await your blessings. Make this event the beginning of your mercy, the middle filled with your protection, and the end crowned with your success. O Rabbi, the most knowledgeable, your knowledge encompasses everything. Grant us useful knowledge from this event, knowledge that will benefit our future. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmah, innaka antal wahhab. Rabbana zolamna wa ilang tafir lana wa tarhamna lanakunana minal khashirin. Allahumma aqnina bil ilma wa zaina bil ilma wa akrimna bit taqwa wa jamalna bil afiyah. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Subhana rabbika izzati amma yasifun wa salamu alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Panji, for delivering the prayer. May God Almighty grace us through this conference. To enrich your experience, we are now going to present a screening of traditional dance called Tari Giring-Giring Kreasi from Kalimantan, performed by Senitari Veteran Jakarta.
Selanjutnya, akan kita saksikan penampilan Tari Giring-Giring Kreasi dari Kalimantan oleh mahasiswi UKM Seni Tari Veteran Jakarta. Selamat menyaksikan.
Give a big applause for Tari Giring-Giring Kreasi performed by Sanitary Veteran Jakarta. Okay. On to the next one, we will hold a photo session. For keynote speakers, the Rector, the Chair of ICIMCIS 2023, and representatives of IEEE Indonesia Section are welcome to enter the stage.
Selanjutnya adalah sesi foto bersama. Kepada keynote speakers, Bapak Rektor, Ketua ICIMCIS 2023, serta perwakilan IEEE Indonesia Section, dipersilahkan untuk naik ke atas panggung.
And also, we kindly invite the representative of the co-host from Universitas Bina Nusantara to open the camera and join the photo session.
Kami mengundang perwakilan dari co-host Universitas Bina Nusantara untuk mengaktifkan kamera dan mengikuti sesi foto bersama. For honest,
please welcome to enter the stage. Yeah, this is stage. All right.
Oke, mungkin untuk gaya pertama kita gaya formal dulu ya, Bapak dan Ibu. Baik, sesi dokumentasi akan saya pandu. 1, 2, 3. Baik, selanjutnya mungkin gaya bela negara. Oke, with the left hand on the chest area. Akan saya kembali pandu. 1, 2, 3. Oke, mungkin untuk gaya bebas. Satu, dua, tiga. Baik, terima kasih Bapak dan Ibu sekalian.
Okay, give an applause for our keynote speakers and rector.
Thank you, MC. The Honorable Excellencies, Mrs. Dr. Devi Kuswidiastuti STMSC as an IEEE Indonesia representative. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and salam bela negara. Welcome to the plenary session 2023 International Conference on Informatics, Multimedia, Cyber and Information System. I am Hamonangan Kinatan Prabu, your moderator for this session. This year, the main issue of the conference is a new paradigm of digital transformation, blockchain, and IoT for Society 5.0. It is my privilege to introduce three notable speakers who will be sharing their knowledge with us today. Currently with us, Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin bin Abdul Rahman, a distinguished professor of computing from University Sultan Zainal Abidin, Malaysia, Dr. Vidya Sagar M. Potdar, the Director of Blockchain R&D Laboratory, Curtin University, Australia, and also Mrs. Nurul Hija binti Mazlan, PhD, a respected lecturer from University Technology Mara, Malaysia, who will join us online. Please note that we will hold a comprehensive Q&A session after all keynote speakers have concluded their presentation. And we hope you will take that advantage of that opportunities to find out more. Perhaps Professor Muhammad Nurdin and also Dr. Vidya Sagar could be join us with me at the front of the stage. Please give some applause to our keynote speakers. To kick off our session, we are privileged to welcome Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin bin Abdul Rahman. Professor Nurdin is Professor of Computing at University Sultan Zainal Abidin, or UNIZA, and has held significant positions including Director of Basic Campus and being part of the University Top Management Committee. With extensive experience in teaching, research, and innovation, he has successfully published 3 academic books and more than 110 manuscripts of journal articles, book chapters, and international conference proceedings. Also has been recognized for his contribution with awards like the UNIZA Tokoh Academic 2021, the most prestigious award for academician in UNIZA. He will share his expertise on a secure agriculture trade information using distributed ledger, a vital topic in today's digital economy. Please once again, please welcome Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin bin Abdul Rahman. The floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to our chairperson. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Rabbi israh li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Alhamdulillah, first of all I want to thanks to Universitas Pembangunan veteran, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, for inviting me to be a guest speaker today. That for sure we have to share some experience, some knowledge from our university to the audience, to the participant of the Seminar Nasional Informatika Sistem Informasi and Keamanan Cyber. handled by the Fakultas Ilmu Komputer, UPN Veteran Jakarta. So Alhamdulillah, thank you very much to take this. I'm ready to take these opportunities to collaborate more after this between UNISA and also my University Sultan Zainuddin, and also University UPN Veteran Jakarta. So today, is it my slide in the screen? Can you share my slide screen? Okay, thank you. So today I would like to share my experience and some sort like something like experiments that we have done by my colleagues and also my students, postgraduate students, master students in my university, titled Secure Agriculture Trade Information Using Distributed Ledger. Actually, distributed ledger is also the terms of the blockchain. So, same goes to the theme of this seminar, distributed ledger. Okay. Okay, actually, our university, UNISA, are most welcome to everybody to collaborate with us, especially in the area of computing, and also as well as in area of agriculture, modern agriculture. So we are welcome to the docent, lecturers, researchers from UPN, Veteran Jakarta to join us to develop the most reputable community in academics and also in the research area. Okay, so this is my agenda today. Maybe is it given 30 minutes to me to deliver all these talks? Okay, today the first part of my presentation is to share the fundamentals of agriculture in Malaysia and also the fundamentals of blockchain, or we call that as a distributed ledger. And then I will share you the some products, some prototype that developed by my student, my master students in my university. Okay, as we know that modern agriculture is a contemporary approach in many countries, whereby we have, in order to deliver a better productivity of agriculture products. So we need a modern technology such as Internet of Things, sensors, cloud computing, robotics, and genetic engineering to increase the productivity in our agriculture sector. Because as we know that nowadays, the agriculture sectors in many countries is very crucial and very critical, because we have shortage of foods, supply of foods, supply of raw material for food innovation. We have the issues of climate change. We have the issues of social equity. We have the issues of the transparency of the transfer of the supply chain of the product, agriculture product, and so on. So that's why we need some sort like latest technology to overcome, to solve this problem, and make our community, our citizens in our country more safe, and also get the more enough the food and the process of the supply in industry of food industries, something like that. Okay, so I give some scenario in Malaysia. This is a case study in Malaysia, in my country. So this is food supply in our country. Okay, so for the local fruits and vegetables, yes, we enough. 100% we can produce localized. So our farmers can produce enough to our citizens. But regarding to chicken, beef, and rice, we not enough. We are shortage in this kind of food supply. So chicken we import from Thailand to fulfill our requirement. Okay? We just provide only 90% of chicken requirements of our state, of our country. For beef, just only 50%. So this is very big problem in our country. So we import this beef from New Zealand and Australia as well. Dr. Billy, from Australia also. For rice, the main food for the regular food for the what we call ruji, makanan ruji, for our citizens is rice. So we capable to provide only 62% for the requirement of our country. That's why we import that rice from Thailand, from India, from Vietnam, and Cambodia. So it's very critical in mission. So these issues, these problems already be taken by our government with many innovations, how to solve this problem, including the use of the technology, especially in IT, how to make sure that all foods are enough, can be delivered to our citizens fully in our country. Okay, so before we develop the prototype or the system to improve our supply chain, information supply chain or agricultural supply chain in our country, we have to understand the process actually, how the food from the farmers, from the farm into our table today. So the process starts with the food production in the farm or farmers area, in the village, something like that. And then after the crop has been taken by the farmers, it will be delivered to the retail house, to retail shop, and then will be processed to become our food. From chicken maybe to be sliced chicken, to be beef, to be sliced, to be packaging and something like that. And then will be marketed to the retail house, retail shop. And then we purchase as a user. And then we prepare for cooking. And then we apply it, we use it in our table, in our home, in our university, in our office, and so on. So that is the process, the circle of food going in our daily life. So there is some improvement or activities or functionalities that we have to make sure that all the information of the agriculture products are valid, acceptable, balanced with the when it produced from the farm into our table. It's balanced. Not we lost that food or that material somewhere else. Okay, so that's we need the technology how to account, to make the accountability of the products within these circles. Okay, now why actually we need the modern agriculture approach in our country? So from our literature, from our study, there are three main reasons actually why we need the proper, and we need to introduce to our farmers, to our distributor, to our government, to our retailers, how actually the technology can improve the productivity in the farm. For example, for the labor saving efficiency through the mechanism using the IoT, using the sensors, using the cloud computing, and so on. And then the second, we need to improve our economy development, our economic sustainability. So to maximize, for example, for maximize added value for agriculture and marketing, producing, manufacturing, and so on. And then the third one is we want to make sure that resource circulation, reduce resources use while making the most effective of use of. We don't want to, what we call membazir. Membazir. So waste, more waste to our food, to make sure that all the foods can be delivered, can be made use by all the citizens. Not we put membazir sana sini kan. Okay, that's very important. So this kind of three elements need to be considered in our modern agriculture, actually, especially in this what we call the Eden century. We have many issues such as climate change, economy crisis, and so on. Okay, so modern agriculture also we call as a smart agriculture or precision farming. So in our university, actually in my campus, we have 1,000 acres of the campus. UNISA, we have 3 campuses actually, but one campus around 1,000 acres. 40% occupied for the academic and research and for the student accommodations. But 60% of our land we offer to community for doing the agriculture. And then for that reason, especially we need to introduce our farmers with the modern agriculture. Why we need? So the first is the advantages or the profit or the benefits of the use of the smart agriculture. First one is next level labor savings and large scale. We can make a large scale farms by using the latest technology. And then we can liberate from intensive and dangerous work. We can reduce the risk of the work. And then we can provide security and reliability for suppliers and consumers to make sure that all our retailers and consumers can get all the products from the farms directly without any issues of misplaced, something like that, misdelivery, something like that. And then enabling anyone to perform agriculture work. Actually, before this, we know that for the agriculture, we can see that old men doing that. Old men, old women doing that, being farmers. But nowadays, when we introduce the technology in the farm, many what we call the students, graduate students from our university, agriculture students, involved in farming. Not only the old men, but nowadays we call anak muda. Anak muda also involved in farming. Dulu orang tua saja, kan, yang working for the padi and also fruit, vegetables, planting, something like that. But nowadays, anak muda involved. Okay, and increase the productivity of our farming, of our farmers' productions. Okay, so there is many technologies. What I list here: internet, smart gadget, IoT, sensors, and visioning system, as well as AI, including blockchain today that I want to share, big data analytics, cloud computing, drone technology, yes, and high performance computing. So these all technologies we can involve in agriculture sector. Okay, so now actually today I want to share our experience in applying distributed ledger, or what we call a blockchain, in our smart contract. Smart contract, one of the application in blockchain that we apply to our farmers from the ground, from the farming, and then from to the retailing market, and then for the consumers, as well as the government agencies. So, as we know that, maybe you can read from the articles, this is the properties of blockchain. Distributed, all network participants have a copy of the ledger for the complete transparency. Immutable, cannot be changed. Time-stamped, temporal. Anonymous, all network participants agree to validity of each records or information that key in the system. Anonymous, the identity of the participants in either anonymous or pseudo-anonymous. Secure, for sure, we implement this for the security purposes, and it's programmable. In my university, we just use Java to develop from scratch, we test, and then after that we use a platform of Ethereum platform. Okay, so there is many algorithms actually in blockchain, in distributed ledger, what we call consensus algorithm. There are many algorithms, not limited to this, what I list here. But in my university, we just use the simple one, proof of work. Proof of work. A procedure through which all the peers of the blockchain network reach a common agreement about the present state of the distributed ledger, or node, we call here. Okay, so there is the researcher can choose either one, the algorithms, but in our university we apply the basic one, proof of work. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, we applied the concept of smart contract in our case study. This project is doing by my master students, that she have a research grant from the government. So she tried to develop a simple prototype, and his thesis, and inshallah will be graduated this year. Okay, smart contract, a supply chain management. Smart contract is a self-executing contract with the terms of the agreement directly written into code. Programmable. Okay, our project is run under Ethereum blockchain, a decentralized platform that enables the creations and execution of the contract. Once the contract is deployed, it is distributed across the network and cannot be altered, cannot be changed. So it's safe for all the participants to get the latest and the current information regarding to the information that agreed by all participants. Okay, here is our framework of our model. Okay, we use Ethereum smart contract. Our users here is farmer and trader, as well as we call it a retailer. So these entities execute smart contract based on the product supply between them. How much farmer can supply to the retailer, and how much retailer receive from the farmers. That we record in blockchain. And then for consumer, for users like us, we have smart contract dashboard. We know that the amount of the product comes from the farmers, the price, the latest price, the change price by the government, the policies and something like that. And then from the government agency entity, they provide in smart contract ledger with the policy. So we know that the government agency make the many policies regarding to the agriculture. So the policies are also keep in our distributed ledger in blockchain system. Okay, so all these four are the users of our prototype that we have developed. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is the benefit that we have realized from our project. The system or distributed ledger that we have developed can provide a supply chain traceability and real-time monitoring of the product from the farms to the table. And we also can provide, the government agency can provide, if the smooth transaction from the farmers and also the retailers, the government can provide a certification, certified producers, certified farmers, also certified retailers, traders, and something like that. And all data can be backed, trust, and transparent. And also now we are trying to embed in our module as a, takaful, something like insurance. So what happened, for example, for the farmers that have the, what we call the bad weather, something like that. So he lost the plants, something like that. So the insurance or the takaful will pay what we call the loss for the farmers, something like that. So we try to, okay. We try to implement that for this, for the next stage. Okay, so from our prototype, we have now 6 modules, what you call 6 modules. First, create contract, and then contract for sell product, for buy product, update the details of the farmer's product, policy setting. This is used by our agriculture department, government agencies, and grant, also to provide the grant, offering the grant from the government agencies to the farmers. So all these modules are already developed by my master students. Okay, so how we evaluate, actually, after we have finished develop our prototype, our systems, how actually we want to evaluate the blockchain-based applications. So actually from our literature, there are, sorry. Okay, this is some already, okay, I already explained just now. Okay, how to evaluate the process of, or the prototype that we have developed. Actually, there are 2 approaches to evaluate of our modules, of our blockchain system. First is to use quantitative analysis and also relative evaluation. Okay, but in my case study, I use there are 2 approaches in quantitative analysis, relative evaluation, and also absolute evaluation. But in my case study, we use absolute evaluation, whereby we use to evaluate the operational effectiveness and also the user satisfactions. That's the way we evaluate the performance of our prototype that we have developed. Okay, so the users who are the participants that involved in the evaluation of the model: farmers, traders, retailers, consumers, and also government agencies. This is 5 entities that we use to evaluate of our model. So we have 35 respondents, whereby we use evaluation form to accumulate the response based on the experience, the use of the platform. And then also we conduct an interview session with the government officers in government agencies, agriculture department. Okay, so there are 5 parameters we use to evaluate this prototype: efficiency, responsiveness, accessibility, stability, and security. So based on our evaluation, we get that, we receive that 60% of our respondents strongly agree with the efficiency and security of the model. Maybe another 40%, if you have a question after this, I will answer it. Okay? While another 40% does not, maybe do not agree with this platform. Okay, takeaway points from my presentation today. So integration of blockchain technology is very important to us, especially to increase the productivity of agriculture sectors in our country. So the platform also can be a communication platform for the farmers, distributors, retailers, consumers, and government agencies to get the real or the updated data regarding to the supply chains of the agriculture product. And then there are approaches to evaluate actually. So easy to researchers to develop any system or prototype or applications because there are many approaches to evaluate it. Is it suitable to implement or not? Is it benefit to our end users or not? So we can evaluate it. So that's all my sharing today. Hopefully it benefits to us to increase our productivity in agriculture because it's very crucial nowadays. In Malaysia, many issues happen just now, including we don't enough rice, egg, beef, and also chicken, something like that. It's very important for us, for our citizens in our country. So that's all. Thank you from me. If any question after this. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin bin Abdurrahman, for that comprehensive presentation. We now turn our attention to Dr. Vidyasagar M. Potdar, a distinguished expert in the field of blockchain and cybersecurity. Mr. Potdar is an award-winning scholar recognized with the Dennis Moore Oration and several research excellence accolades. As the director of the Blockchain R&D Laboratory at Curtin University, his extensive research spans across blockchain interoperability, IoT, and big data analytics. He will be discussing redefining business at blockchain solutions that are reshaping future business, offering us a glimpse into the future of enterprise through the lens of blockchain technology. Please welcome Mr. Dr. Vidyasagar M. Potdar.
Is it full screen? I think it's small. Yeah, just maybe you can zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for having me as one of your speakers at the conference. It's a pleasure for me to visit Jakarta. It's the first time for me visiting this beautiful city. And I took a couple of days before the conference to come here and explore the city, and I really enjoyed the hospitality I received from everyone here. So thank you very much. In today's session, I'm going to share some of my experience on conducting and executing various blockchain-based solutions for different industry sectors. Specifically, I will cover 8 projects that my lab has done for 8 different industry partners over the last 3.5 years. So this is the city of Perth. If you have or get a chance to come up to Perth, do let me know, and I'll be very much happy to show you around the city. I come from Curtin University. Curtin University is ranked in the top 200 universities globally, and in the QS ranking, recent QS ranking, it was ranked 183. Curtin is a full-fledged university, so we have different faculties like business, medicine, engineering, humanities, and so on. I did my PhD at Curtin, and since then I have been based at Curtin University. The Blockchain Research and Development Lab I set up in 2019 because of my interest in this technology, and also because I received external funding from a company to set up the lab. So Blockchain Lab, or we call it BRDL, Blockchain Research and Development Lab, was established in 2019 in a partnership between Curtin University and NatSoft Corporation. So NatSoft is an American company, and NatSoft has a subsidiary company in Australia called as NatSoft Consulting. So the objective behind setting up the lab was to undertake applied research and development, and as a part of that, we have conducted and completed 8 commercial projects over the last 3 to 4 years. Our focus here is on using blockchain as a core technology, plus combining it with other technologies like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, NLP, RPA, and so on. And the selection of these technologies depend upon the problem that the industry comes and tells us. So they have a specific problem in mind, they approach us, and we figure out what is the best mix of technologies that we can use to deliver this solution. We have built 8 commercial solutions using blockchain technology and using different blockchain platforms. And you can see the different industries such as mining, supply chain, agriculture, sustainability, photography, and so on. And I will try to give you a flavor of all these projects in today's presentation. So this is my lab, and this is my the company that has funded my lab, the managing director. His name is Srinivas Boyapati. And the objective behind setting up the lab was we will jointly secure projects from industry and deliver them as per the industry requirements. So that was the whole premise of setting up the lab. This is a bit about myself. I have set up the lab in 2019. I have a team of 15 members in my lab. We have raised over $3 million in research funding in covering this research on blockchain. I have worked with a number of companies, both in Australia and overseas, where we have delivered solutions to their pressing challenges that they were facing. We have also set up a platform called as A2B, which is a blockchain as a service platform. And this platform emerged after the experience that we had in completing these 8 different projects. So now getting onto a blockchain is much more easier because A2B is a no-code platform. So any company willing to adopt blockchain or use blockchain within their operations can use A2B and be on a blockchain right away. I also have a strong research background. Over time, I think I have supervised over 25 PhD students in my tenure at Curtin. And I also have a YouTube channel. So if you search for my name, Vidhi Poddar, you will find my research, my YouTube channel, where I share my experience and expertise on how to do research. And a lot of students and early career researchers find those videos very useful. So please do check that out. I have published extensively, and I regularly publish because that is being a part of an academic, and I have over 160, maybe 170 publications by now. I also have a LinkedIn account, so if you are on LinkedIn, please add me so that we can remain connected after this conference. I also have a Instagram channel where I do share reels on, again, research related and student branding related topics. So if you are an early career researcher, I think these resources will be quite useful for you, and this is the feedback that I have received from a lot of my followers on all these platforms. So at the blockchain R&D lab, you can see the lab, this is the lab that we have. We undertake demand-driven research, and demand-driven means the demand from the industry. When industry have a specific challenge or a problem that they are not able to solve, they come to us and we help them, or we work together with them to help them solve these problems. So our approach when we engage with the industry partner is, firstly we do something called as a discovery session. And as part of the discovery session, for example, we understand what is the problem that the industry partner is facing, and whether blockchain can be a technology that can help them in solving the problem that they have. Many a times what happens is these companies come to us with an idea in their mind that this is how they think blockchain. This is how they think blockchain technology can help them. But we spend some time with them, say 3 to 4 hours in such a session, and try to understand exactly what they are trying to achieve and whether blockchain would be a good solution for them. If it is, we say, okay, we will work with you because we can see a real use case for blockchain. And secondly, what we do is we also recommend some other technologies to them. And if we think blockchain is not the right technology for their problem, we connect them with other departments within Curtin who can help them with other technology. So we do that with every client that comes to us for solving their problem. After this screening or after completing this discovery session, if we think that yes, blockchain is a technology that can help to solve their problem, we work on a very short deadline where we build a proof of concept or a POC. That proof of concept is designed in 6 to 8 weeks. So within that time frame, we have a solution that is ready that they can see. And if they are comfortable with that and they want to take it further to a commercial solution, we work with them to develop a MVP or a minimum viable product. And that takes anywhere between 24 to 30 weeks. So that is the time frame that we work with, and we try to complete the project within that time frame. We have a strong team of developers within the lab. We can build mobile apps, we can build web apps. We have a strong UI and UX team as well, who can do complete end-to-end product for our client. Depending upon the use case, some projects may need a web app to be built, and some may need a mobile app to be built. So we have both the options. And now we are actually infusing our process of a product development process using AI. And what we are doing is we are identifying different AI technology, AI tools that we can. I think maybe I'll just stand. So what we are now doing is we are exploring different AI tools that can help us in speeding up the whole product development process. So for example, if it is UI or UX development, initially we used to develop all the screens manually using Figma. But now we have realized that it takes a lot of time, and we can use other technologies, other tools, such as UIZard is one tool that we use that can convert your ideas into UI and UX. Yep. Similar to ChatGPT, where you say, give me an answer for this. In UIZard, you can say the same thing. I want to build a mobile app for a university. Can you design me the screens that are needed for that? And it will give you the standard set of screens that are useful, but then we can go and change it. Yeah, so that initial process can be improved, and the speed can be improved with that. So we are trying to improve taking that approach to make it even faster for our customers or our clients. On this screen, you can see on the left-hand side, these are some of those that are underlined are the industries where we have already developed a blockchain solution. Those on the right side are the ones that we are currently exploring and are good areas for both research and for development. In terms of research, as a typical academic, we involve in joint publications with our students and with our other external research collaborators. So these are some of my research areas. These are some of my publications from this year. And you can see a fair bit of my publications are in blockchain space, but there are some others which are like the last one in this list you can see, which it is on virtual reality. And he was he was one of my PhD students who was who is from Indonesia. So he graduated last year. These are publications from 2022. Again, you can see papers on IoT and healthcare and other related areas with and without blockchain. And so on. So you can check out my Google Scholar page later on to see. One thing that we have done is we have published on different applications of blockchain for different industry sectors. So here you can see papers on energy, tax or legal, agriculture, and health, all different industries or sectors where blockchain can be used. So the main focus for today's talk is to share with you 8 different projects, commercial solutions that we have built using different blockchain platforms. So the project 1 is for underground mining. So basically mining industry, not the blockchain mining, the real mining where you dig up iron ore or ore. Yeah. So it is very easy. It is better to clarify at the beginning. Otherwise, you may think it is about mining, like a blockchain mining, but it is not. So this project was done, I think, in 2018. And as part of this project, what we did was we worked with this company who has a software called as Pronto. And Pronto is an ERP software used by mining companies. What the client wanted us was to build a blockchain layer using, on Pronto software using a blockchain. So we use Hyperledger Fabric as a blockchain platform to connect Pronto with Hyperledger Fabric. So here you can see, how do I press the pointer here? No. Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is the whole process of what happens on a mine site. And all these things All these things are the information that is captured by the Pronto software. And there is much more than this. But what we did was we identified selective information that would be suitable and relevant to put on the blockchain. So we built that blockchain layer for the Pronto software. So any information now stored on on Pronto software will automatically be saved to the Hyperledger Fabric. Next project is in the agriculture space for traceability using blockchain. Here we used Hyperledger Fabric again, and this project came from the Department of Agriculture in Australia, and their objective there was to, this is a website if you want to see it later on, hightrack.io. The objective there was to serve three parties: farmers, regulator, and the testing agency. And this platform we developed for a crop called as hemp. Hemp is a crop that is regulated in Australia because it is the same crop like cannabis or marijuana, so which is like a drug. So the government issues licenses to farmers so that they can grow hemp in controlled quantities. And they needed a platform to manage this whole, monitor the whole compliance. So if you are given 1,000 or 1 ton of seeds, how much crop can you grow? How much seeds were created from that? That whole thing was developed for this using this platform. We built both a web app and a mobile app solution for the farmers, because farmers were not very used to using a desktop. They always had a mobile phone with their hand. So every information that they wanted to capture, they captured using the mobile device. This was the whole process we captured, from seed sourcing to sowing, crop management, flowering or inspection, harvesting, and storage. So that entire process was captured using blockchain. The farmers on there did not have IoT platforms or didn't have IoT sensors, so we provided them with a QR code solution. So everything from here to here was QR coded for monitoring and traceability. Yeah. So this product is already being used by Australian farmers to capture the details. And when we built the mobile app, one thing that we ensured that this app is geo-fenced, which means this app will only work in a particular farm, in that latitude, longitude of that farm. If the mobile is go outside of that farm, the app will not work. So that way, we ensured that if any evidence was captured, that was from the farm itself. The third project was for a startup in Perth, and here they wanted to reduce the use of coffee cups from cafes. So whenever you go to, say, Starbucks or any other coffee shop, you take a coffee cup, which you finish coffee and then you throw it. So in Australia alone, such like 1 billion cups go to landfill every year. And that is a big loss for the environment. So what they wanted here was to, this is the name of the company, ourkinds.com.au. So what they wanted was to replace these cups, coffee cups, with a normal cup like what we have here, right? But the difference was, you can take a coffee from a coffee shop in these reusable cups and take it with you. You don't have to pay for the cup. Next time you come back with that cup, give it to them, and take a new cup. So that way, the barrier for adoption was reduced quite a lot. Otherwise, people were always concerned that I have to buy this cup for maybe $10 or $15. But here, you can buy the coffee, get the coffee, you get this cup with the coffee, and you can also actually go and give it to another coffee shop. It doesn't have to be that you are returning it to the same coffee shop. Because their business model was a subscription-based business model, where different cafes subscribe to this service. And then whichever cafe is part of that subscription, you can use it there. So for them, we developed this mobile app. And the idea there was to record how many times the coffee cup was reused. And like every time the barista at the cafe would scan the cup, and it will record the number of times the cup was used. And at certain stage, the cup will become carbon neutral because it has been reused so many times that it is actually becoming good for the environment. So here we did an experiment. We started with 300 coffee cups, and we used it for 5 weeks, and we were able to save 12,000 cups from going to landfill. So that was a very big return that you can expect. Otherwise, that many cups would have been wasted and would have gone to landfill. This was the team that worked on this project. These are the two founders of this startup. And here you can see a mix of students, both from undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD students. And some of them are also from other universities. So within my lab, I get students who are interested to work on these projects, no matter which university they are from. Next project is on soil carbon capture, and this was again related to the farm industry. Because in farming, one thing that has become very popular within Australia is the concept of carbon farming. And carbon farming means how you can compute or calculate the amount of carbon that is stored in the farm. And you can convert that into carbon tokens. And these carbon tokens can be sold in the carbon market, in the trading market. So we built that platform for them where a soil testing company worked with us. They went to these different farms and they get samples of soil, and they calculate how much this machine that they have, with that machine they can calculate how much carbon is present in their farms. And that carbon then converts into a dollar amount. So if that, but for that they needed a software that proves that they have done this testing and across the farms and so on. So we built that software for that. The next project is Project 5, which we did for a mining company. And here the objective was to recycle the water pipes. Whenever the water pipes have been used at the mine sites, they are normally thrown and go into landfill. But instead of that, here we recycled the water pipes and monitored the entire process of this recycling using blockchain. Again, a mobile app was developed for this client, wherein when the truck driver went to a mine site to pick up these water pipes, they were tracked all the way from the mine site to the recycling facility. From this project onwards, we started using Polygon as our preferred blockchain platform. And along with Polygon, you will also see that there is a MySQL database. So this is our tech stack. Front end is React, back end is Node.js, MySQL, Polygon, and we host it on AWS. One of the time, a question that often comes up when I present this slide is why are we using a database when you're having a blockchain? So that is a very interesting question, and the reason why we have our architecture in this format is not every time you want to prove that the information is traceable, genuine, and auditable. Right? Sometimes you're just using the software. So in that case, the information can be fetched from the SQL, MySQL server, or database. But if you are at an audit, a company is being audited, or the government regulatory department is auditing you, then you need to prove that that information was really there. And at that time, you can extract or recover that information from the chain. But for a regular day-to-day use, you can rely on a SQL database. And it's also faster doing it that way. Project 6 was done for a tourist destination in around Perth. It is called as Busselton. And Busselton is famous for the world's longest jetty. It's 1.8 kilometer long jetty into the ocean. So for them, we developed this digital token. And the idea there was to boost tourism after COVID. And so with this token, digital token, people or tourists can visit a tourist destination and use these tokens to buy or some services or buy tickets to destinations or pay for their lunch or things like that. The benefit of that was we could monitor the tourist movement, and the data collected, which was stored on the blockchain, could be used as a proof when requesting for infrastructure support from the government. So we can say that tourists normally go to these 5 places, but there is not enough hotels there or not enough restaurants there. So we provided that proof of information to help them help the progress of new infrastructure. We used a similar technology stack here. I have 2 more projects. One is on health. This is where we built a platform for the patients and the medical doctors or specialists. And this is where when the patient, when a pharmaceutical company wants to, say, invent a new drug, they have to interview patients and the specialists to get their feedback. So we built a platform for that. And what happens on normal course is some other pharma company also wants to do similar research, and they want to have access to such interview data. So we built a solution here where the patient or the specialist will have access to their interviews on their mobile device. And if some other company wants to access that information, they will request to access that data or that interview, and the patient or the specialist has to give consent from their mobile device, from their mobile phone, for example. So imagine you have a phone and you get a notification that company XYZ would like to access your data for doing research or doing a new drug discovery. Would you provide consent? And then you can either say yes or you can say no. So the custody of your own data belongs to you. So we built a platform solution for that. Again, a mobile and a web app was built in this case. And the last project is for a company called as Envision. So here, what they wanted was to build a marketplace for sharing photos and videos. So if you have used online photos like from Shutterstock or Getty Images for doing your projects or assignments or design, these companies take a lot of commission. So the creator, the artist, doesn't get a lot of revenue from that. So with this platform, with Envision, we were able to build a platform, a marketplace, where artists uploaded their videos or photos, and advertising agencies could buy them directly from the artists. The business model was whenever you convert Australian dollars or any fiat currency to the native token for this platform, the company charges a fee. And whenever the tokens are converted back to fiat currency, there is another commission. But as long as the token remains within the platform, the buyer or the seller do not need to pay any commission. So that way it was quite a useful product. So those are the 8 projects that we have delivered already for our clients. There are a few other projects which are currently going on. One is we are working with Dell computers on another project. We are also working with a real estate developer or a builder on another project. And finally, we are working with an EV company, electric vehicles company for integrating blockchain. So I think I will stop there. I've got a few other slides, but yeah. So that's been the work that my lab has done over the last 3.5 years. Very practical, very industry focused, and commercial in nature. So thank you very much for listening to me. And if you have anything that interests you on these projects or any future projects that we may do, I'll be more than happy to be connected with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Vidyasagar M. Poddar. Following the exploration into the business landscape, we have Mrs. Nurul Hija binti Mazlan, PhD, who will join us online. Does Miss Nurul? Dr. Nurul Hija binti Mazlan is a distinguished academic with a PhD in Instructional Technology from University Malaya, specializing in creative multimedia technology, digital media, and art design, and instructional design and technology. She has an impressive track record in both educational and professional contexts. Her career includes roles as a senior lecturer and multitude of positions where she has applied her expertise in learning design. She has also made significant contribution as a research fellow and has been recognized with awards for her work on digital interactive reading books for deaf children and the application of NFT technology in the travel industry. She will present on blockchain and lifelong learning, a topic that promises to merge the realms of technological innovation and educational growth. Please welcome Mrs. Nurul S. binti Mazlan, PhD.
Good afternoon. Okay, my greetings for the director of UPNVJ, Dr. Antarvenus. For conference general chair, Ms. Adi Krisnanik, the chief of IEEE Indonesia sector, and also for the fellow keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Muhammad Nordin from UNIZA, Dr. Vidyasagar Poddar from Curtin University, Dr. Antarvenus from UPNVJ. A very good afternoon. Okay, today, alright. So the slide I have to show, how is it? Let's you share it. Alright, this is from my slide. Alright, basically I will talk about introduction to blockchain technology. Right. Right. Blockchain in education, in lifelong learning. Okay, I will start with introduction to blockchain technology. I think this is something that all of us are aware of. Okay, it is an advanced database mechanism that allows transfer information, sharing within business network. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I will start again. All right. So let's go to my next steps. Okay. In education, blockchain uses a multi-step process that includes 5 steps. Okay. There is an authorized participant input, a transaction, which must be authenticated by the technology. All right. And then action creates a block that represents that specific transaction data, and the block is sent to every component in network. Okay. Let's talk about the benefits of implementing blockchain in lifelong learning field. All right. Before I go into this, I want to share with you. Okay, I'm currently attached to Institute of Continuing Education and Professional Studies in UITM, Shalom. So we are actually targeting to push for lifelong learning, and that includes to heighten the creation of micro-credential courses and also MOOC. Right. It is actually based on our national higher education policy and aspiration, which is targeting for more lifelong learning skills embedded in the society. Also, the higher education ministry is also targeting for a more blended and more technology integrated learning. Okay, so now let's look into the benefits of implementing blockchain in lifelong learning field. Okay, we need to understand that we are disrupted by technology. Right? When we disrupted by technology, basically we need to to cope with the pace of the revolutionized technology, and education is something is a bit lagging behind, not because of the technology itself, but because of the comprehensive and the complexity of the education field itself. Okay. Okay, now we will talk about implementing blockchain in lifelong learning field. First, it will help us on enhance data security and privacy, right? And number two, it will verifiable credentials and certificates, and also it helps streamline administrative processes. Next. What we know about enhanced data security and privacy, right? Actually, when we talk about blockchain in education, and even we talk about the lifelong learning education, it is something that's still ongoing even in Malaysia. All right. The concept of lifelong learning is to strategize the lifelong learning as a third pillar in human capital development, because we need to cope with technology, skilling and reskilling, and all of this needs our workers, our graduates, and also our students to actually equip with themselves with a new knowledge, especially involve technology. So this is where lifelong learning is very important, because lifelong learning will enable we will support the process that actually stimulate and empowers individual to acquire all the knowledge regarding regardless where they are and also what the levels they are now. Right. First, what we are doing what blockchain can offer for the lifelong learning field is, first, it advanced data security and privacy, because reliance on digital platform in education, data security have become a major concern, because sometimes we have a tamper and fake certificates. Okay, so blockchain technology offers a decentralized and tamper-proof solution, so that we will have a more integrity and privacy of the student record, certs, and also other sensitive information. All right. Then also blockchain will help to leverage educational institution in terms of protecting the student data from unauthorized access and manipulation. Okay, this is in the higher education setting that specifically focus on the students itself. Right now, verifiable credential and certificate. Okay, this is something that very relatable. And I would say that the level of adoption is quite slow in terms of credentials and certificates using blockchain in Malaysia. Right. Blockchain will help us, educators, and for those who are in lifelong learning field, to enable the issuance and verification of digital credentials and also certificate in a secure and decentralized manner. All right. And also it can create a tamper-proof record such as a degree, diploma, certificate, and also the badges. Right. This verifiable credential can be easily shared and verified, and also provide a trusted and efficient way to validate an individual qualification and skills. So we'll talk about it on how the ecosystem should be built. Next. And also, of course, it will help on streamline the administrative processes, right? In terms of the record management, student enrollment, the transparency on the nature of administrative tasks, right? Then we can also eliminate the need for manual paperwork and reducing administrative overhead. All right. It will provide a more secure and efficient way to track and authenticate various administrative process. This is something like sometimes we in education, even in higher education, sometimes we have like a red tape, a long time of processing. So blockchain will help that to improve the efficiency and also to speed up the process of administration. All right, so let's look into the use case of blockchain in education. Okay, here we look here academic record and transcript. Okay, actually, in my course, University Technology Mara, and we have what we call it. We are trying to we are now creating a visual university. So it is in part of the physical university, right? Because concerning of the huge ecosystem of UITM, we have like 35 campuses with like 199 students, 199,000 students, and also like almost 20,000 academic staff. So building a comprehensive digital education setting is very important for us. So here we have an academic record and transcript. This is from our literature. This is a part of our systematic review, right? Okay, blockchain can help how the academic transcript and records are managed. Okay, one of the challenges on implementing micro credential is because of the academic records and transcripts. There is no specific digital ecosystem to support that. So here, this is one of the framework of how the academic record and transcript can be developed based on the blockchain network. Is we have here the instructor here, the administrator. From the instructor, they will have a record, enter key in the record into the system, and the admin will endorse it. So we come to here the blockchain network. Here the external entity. This is where maybe the staff want to upgrading, skilling or reskilling, so they want to take a course with the university. So we have here external entity who wants to check who wants to verify the cert, academic cert. So here they can respond or they can request through a verification server, and they can search or retrieve from the blockchain network. All right, here from the blockchain network, we have so we can get the academic records here. So it will benefit the graduate, and graduate can give it, can submit it to future employer or the current employer. All right. This is from here, the students, the graduate will have more control over their own records, and it is safe from any what we call it is a sample proof once, and also it is ensure their privacy, the data privacy for them. Right, next. Okay, this is what actually we are working on, micro credential and lifelong learning. So here we have here the issuers. Okay, the issuers is actually the university. Okay, before that we also have organization that actually working with the credentials of the program. In Malaysia, we call it as a MQA, Malaysia Quality. MQA is what we call it. Okay, MQA is a Malaysia Qualification Agency. Okay, this agency will look into the credential, the certificates, and also the quality of academic programs in Malaysia. So this MQA is the what we call it the agency that issue the certified and verified uh, approval for the program. So here it will come to the university. University is the learning provider. We call it as a learning provider. So the learning provider will provide the students with the content, learning content, and also they will create a batch classes here. So the batch classes, it can be batch classes, it can be a mini certificate, and also that they will award it to the learners after they have a several level of learning and fulfill the requirement of the learning. All right, and then they can store it on the host. Okay, if you're aware that if you are a Microsoft certified trainer or you are like Fortinet cybersecurity trainer, so you will get this badge, and you can get it from their websites, and it is hosted, cloudly hosted, and then you can display it on your CV or on your web page. So when people want to verify it, they can verify it using the batch classes, which is here. And here we actually embedded the blockchain technology. And also for another people to, this one is like maybe your future employer, okay, maybe future employer or current employer, they can have a look and verify it with the issuers, or also they can verify it. This is also one of example. The source is from Wanataya Saraba and Yusuf 2019. All right. Another ecosystem of microcredit and lifelong learning using a blockchain. First, we have from the university. So here, the student, when they start working with the enterprise organization, and maybe the organization sometimes under the learning and development department, they will assign their staff to upskilling or reskilling. Sometimes they do it in-house with that by their own initiative under the learning department, or sometimes they are collaborate with the university, and sometimes they're accepting the university microcredit cert. So here, after they the learners doing the working assignment, they will report it and submit it. So at the same time, they will after they submit it, report it, and the enterprise can also assess all the works, right? Here, the evidence viewing digital job market, because everything is on the cloud-based e-portfolio. Okay, so the digital job market, the future employer will be able to see their CV with the microcredit or the life or the MOOC certificate. All right. So here, those for the fresh grad student, they can like online apply for a job, online job application, and to the digital job market, and also the job market can will be able to view the evidence. All right, next. Okay, let's look into the challenges and consideration here. First, of course, the technical barriers. Okay, the technical barriers is because when we involve with education, especially in my case in UITM, we have a lot of students, 199 students all over Malaysia, including Sabah and Sarawak. So it is we have a lot of we have a vast amounts of data. So the scalability becomes a crucial concern here. And also integration. This is something that actually the integration is among the factors that influence the adoption of blockchain in education, because the readiness of organizations to provide a good information system, learning management system, and also the cloud is very important here, right? Because we need a technical expertise. Okay, as for me, I'm working as a my role is as a learning technologist. So we need to cope up with the technology requirement from the Ministry of Education, higher education, MOHI. Okay, interoperability here. Um, so the data exchange and collaboration across educational institution is smooth, because sometimes when we are talking about the collaboration across education institution and also data exchange, first we need to have this verification from MQA, so that we know that this course is actually verified and qualified under the MQA. So only after that, it will be benefit to the workers, and the workers can use it with another university. All right. Another is the data privacy here. Okay, it is a challenging task. Okay. Um, Sometimes data privacy is when you need to be transparent, and we need to ensure that privacy in compliance with data protection regulation. Okay, next. Right, the legal and regulatory. So another challenge is in terms of legal and regulation of blockchain in education. First, any educational institution, they must ensure that they comply with data protection regulation, because they are working with we are working with a private data and private and confidential data that is stored on blockchain, and also the identity verification. Right, this is private verifying the identity of individuals, also raising the concern on privacy and consent. Okay, sometimes for example, future employer, they will ask about this, they need the verification from the university on this person. So we are still unclear on the guidelines, whether when it comes to collecting and storing personal information here. And also smart contract legality. Okay, this one is any institutions want to adopt it, they need to comply with the existing contract law, right? And also, the contract law should be legally enforceable and meet the requirement of relevant jurisdiction. And again, also the data privacy, because when it comes to education, curriculum vitae, and also the certification, the data privacy is very important. Okay. Another challenges is from the stakeholder buy-in and adoption. First, evaluation and feedback. Okay, regular evaluation and feedback from stakeholder will help us in education, lifelong learning sector for a continuous improvement. Because this iterative process, they will allow us for adjustment and refinement, so that we can ensure that the blockchain implementation meets the needs of all stakeholders, in terms of the security, in terms of the verifiable, right? And then partnership and collaboration. Okay, this is something that always linger us. Okay, because the collaboration among the university, education institutions, technology providers, policymakers, and industry experts is vital. Because when we talk about lifelong learning, we are actually talking about the close collaboration with industry, with the job market. Okay, because our learners not only a student, not only a graduate from the university, but also the workers. Okay, for example, the workers we have like workers with 16 years working experience. Okay, and then they want to continue their study. They want to get their master, for example. And here MQA is our ministry, higher education ministry, offering FOC. This is a program, master program that make the learners able to get it with a minimum requirement of learning time. So they are doing the master with the learning experience they got. Okay, this is an example of how lifelong learning is implemented in Malaysia. All right, next. All right. And also here, by working together, stakeholders can share knowledge, resources, and best practice because we are still improving in terms of the ecosystem. And support and adoption. All right. Again, willingness to embrace technology is very important. I can see that after the COVID-19, the disruptive technology, the disruptive is also helps on make the society to adopt it faster, right? Even in education, Malaysia is actually working towards doing blended learning and also the online learning to support the lifelong learning vision, right? And also here, the shared vision and goals. It is important to establish a shared vision in common among stakeholders. So all of us in the ecosystem of lifelong learning should have the similar, same or at least the similar shared vision and also the goals what we want. Okay, so that we can actually understand how to have a coordinated efforts and also how to focus to achieve that. All right, next. Okay, that's all from me. So this is from the Thailand Infoverse, one of the cryptocurrency guru. We have elected to put our money and faith in mathematical framework that is free, politics, and human error. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Nurul. I want to extend a warm thank you to our distinguished speakers for their invaluable contributions. We will now proceed to the Q&A sessions. Please raise your hand if you wish to ask questions, and microphone will be brought to you. And for our online participants, please raise your hand also and open your mic. And for our keynote speaker, I would like you to join us in the front of the stage. And perhaps Ms. Nurul will be pinned in the Zoom. Okay. Where's the microphone? This one?
Hello, thank you for moderator. I will ask a question for Professor Muhammad Nurdin from Universitas. My question is, Indonesia and Malaysia, as the two largest palm oil producing countries in the world, still have many problems. In your opinion, what solution can be applied from modern agriculture and can be related to food security? Because palm oil derivative products are really needed by our society. And we know in the palm oil technology is very low. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the questions that we have realized that in Malaysia and Indonesia, sometimes we have the same issues and problems regarding to the food and supply demand in our country. For example, that given by our friend just now regarding to food supply and demand for the oil. Is it cooking oil? Cooking oil? Yeah. Palm oil, okay. Yeah, sure. So actually, sometimes in my country, I'm referred to Malaysia. Sometimes in country, maybe around 2 years, after 2 years, after 3 years, always our country got the issue of the palm oil, cooking oil supply and demands. And sometime after we have shortage the supply, and the price will increase and will burden to the users or consumers. So almost after 3 years or 2 years, these problems will arise in our country. So the first problem is that we can say that the retailers or traders are trying to increase the price, and then they pull the stock in the warehouse. The product is not in the market, so the shortage become the problem for the consumers. So after that, the government tried to solve it, discuss and make a meeting with the traders and also retailers to solve this problem. After some meetings, and then the price rise, and the stock is already available in the market. So that's the problem will faced by the consumers or users. So to overcome this problem, in this case, palm oil or cooking oil, the first one is the consumers or citizens needs to know what are the volume comes out from the factory. And that the volume must be recorded, especially we can use blockchain, and open publicly to the consumers to see that volumes of the palm oil or cooking oil. Is it enough or not for the country, for the consumers in the country? So, if the consumers or citizens know that volume, so the traders and retailers cannot play around. They cannot say that, oh, we have a shortage of the cooking oil, because we know that the volume from the manufacturing. So there is some maybe solution that we can contribute with this distributed ledger or blockchain technology. So make it all information publicly can be accessed by the consumers or all the users in the country. So that's important that we can show the traceability and the existing of the stock live in the dashboard, consumer dashboard. So that's I can suggest within this blockchain technology.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Does it answer your question, Mr. Indra? Or do you have any questions? Okay, great. Is there any question?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hamonangan. Okay, thank you very much for keynote speakers. We have not very interesting ideas that have been shared by our keynote speakers. From what Professor Nurdin told about the implementation of blockchain in agriculture, and then from Dr. Nurul about the implementation of blockchain in lifelong learning, also from Dr. Vidya Sagar about the implementation of blockchain for product development, and then for reshaping future business, mining industry, until how we recycle the coffee cup. I think all these ideas are very, very interesting, and it gives us more ideas to create innovation and to implement the blockchain. And these ideas sounds very promising, but here, of course, we have challenges to implement this technology in our country, in our industry, in our university. So what I would like to ask to all keynote speakers here is, as part of universities, how we can contribute to start our ideas and then implementing our ideas to give impact and finally contribute to our country. about the implementation of this blockchain and also IoT technology. Perhaps you can share some short success story or maybe like your tips for us to start implement this from inside the university entities, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ika. So this is for all three keynotes. Okay, who go first? Okay, Mr. Vidyasagar.
Thank you very much for the question. I think it is a very important point that you have raised on how to ideate a concept and bring it to reality. So in my presentation, I shared with you 8 different projects that we did. And they all started like this, where a client or an industry partner came to us with a problem that they had. And we had to work with them to build a proof of concept and a product in the end. So before I answer your question, I want to take one step back to share our learnings and what we have done to share that with others. So as part of this experience that we had after completing these 8 projects, what we have done is we have developed a 4-week training program in my blockchain R&D lab. And the objective of that program is to share our experience and teach you everything that we have learned when developing these 8 products. Over this 4 weeks time frame, students will be able to, or participants in this training program will be able to identify a specific project that they want to work on and take it to completion. Those who have come to us, some of them already have a research, a project or a problem in mind that they want to solve, and others we can assign a project based on our clients' requirements. But the objective is that you get that experience of starting from the very beginning, where you understand the client requirements, document them, do the user interface and user experience, do the front end, do the back end, integrate it with blockchain, deploy it, and test it. So that entire process we have condensed in a 4-week training program where students can come and start with an idea, end with a product. So I think anyone thinking of, and this can be applicable to blockchain, could be applicable to IoT, could be for AI, anything, as long as it is product focused or a service focused where we are developing something. The technology is agnostic. We could use blockchain, we could use AI, we could use any big data or anything we can use. So if we just focus about blockchain and how that can be useful, or how you can come up with an idea that would solve a problem that you are currently facing either within the university or in the city of Jakarta or maybe in Indonesia, anywhere. Formulate a problem and identify the impact that the problem can have after it is solved. And once you know that by doing this we will save X $1 billion or X million rupees, or it would benefit our farmers, or it would benefit whoever in the society, and the impact of that. The next step is to just prepare a plan for implementing and executing it. And the training program that I mentioned would be a good starting point to kind of explore that in a very structured way and leverage our experience, because we have made mistakes and we have learned from these mistakes. So that could be one way I would say to tackle this. Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. Who's next? Professor Nurdin.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good questions. Actually, that question is all about the awareness and also the collaborations that we have. We need to highlight and stress to our organizations, government agencies, university, and so on. So in my research group, in my special research interest group in our university, we always try to digest this keyword, low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit, meaning that we need to, how to make awareness to our citizens, to our staff, to our researchers, lecturers, and also as well as the community, is actually to doing the simple one, the small problem, and we solve with the simple technique. For example, as I said just now, in my campus, 60% of our land occupied by the community farmers doing the farming, planting the cledek, corn, watermelon, something like that. Sometimes they have the problem how to market and how to stabilize the price of that. So with the latest technology, for example, before this we used the internet, web page, something like that, to come up the record of the volume of the farmers planting, something like that. But now we implement blockchain. So, for example, here, when the product come out from the farm, and then we record it, we put in the blockchain, and that record or that information can be visualized by the consumers, by the government agencies, by the researchers in the university, as well as the researchers from the government agencies, sometimes, for example, like RISDA, Pharma, FRIM, something like that. So when they got this information, we can, what we call the technical correction for the price, for the market, for the stock that available in the public, in the market. So that's why from that they can manage the stock, the price, the supply, and then the demand. Then we can avoid the problem of the supply and demand. So that's the simple problem that we try to solve. That's why I say that we need to solve or to make awareness to our citizens by doing the low-hanging fruit, the simple one, that we have faced the problem every day. That we significantly impact the technology to the agriculture sector. So that's our experience in our university. Try to solve the simple one that faced every day by our farmers, our consumers, users, government agencies, something like that.
Great,
My
thank
answer.
you,
Thank you.
Professor. And last, Mrs. Nurul.
Alright, so the double one. Alright, okay, thank you. Alright, regarding the implementation, how to make it something that reality. Actually, we already have our micro-credential programs in our university. We offer it under ICIMCIS. Okay, it is for continuing education and also professional. Okay, based on our experience, most of the time, yes, because of the lack of awareness, like Professor Nordin said before, that we have there is also a mismatch needs from the industry and also university. Okay. Industry is so we need to have more collaboration with university, with the industry, so that we know what they need, and also they also needs to understand what we can offer. So there is a mismatch needs and offer there, right? And then however, we still implement that the micro credential. It is free. It's from our University Teknologi Mara. You can actually want to go to our website, ICEPS, UITM. You already have free courses that is considered as that is categorized as a micro credential, And actually, it is qualified under the Malaysian quality agency, and it can be stacked. Okay, it can be stacked into the normal degree, or if you want to upgrade your skills with your company, you can use that. So, however, the enrollment is still low. Okay, this is something that we try to, to normalize this micro credential and also the moves to our community first, and also to our alumni, because we are a big and large ecosystem. So we take advantage of that first. Okay, thank you from me.
Is there any question?
Check. Yes. First of all, I want to say thank you for this opportunity to gain much more knowledge from this event and opportunity to ask my question. I think my question is general, so all of our honorable speakers can have answers or opinion about it. My question is, what I've known about the blockchain technology is that one of the drawbacks is the power consumption is much more higher than the traditional architecture. Is that statement really true? If it does true, then what's the challenges at the nearby future? Because much more of the movement for sustainability, energy, zero carbon footprints, and etc. Maybe that's just my question. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. This all for the trees. Should they answer it one by one, or just once or two keynote speaker? Okay, great. So, who goes first? I think this is the last question. Is there any question from the online participant? Okay, great.
Okay, just sharing from our institution, our special interest group, SIG. So, actually, it does not need for any cost, actually. We just use the open source platform, Ethereum. And then from my colleagues using Java to them. Everything is open source. So there is, I don't know, maybe we just develop a prototype, but nothing costs to us. We just use the already platform that already open publicly to use and then to customize. So no need to worry about the cost, how to implement. And for sure that everything that we use the technology to solve our problem is sustainability approach. Don't worry about that we can affect the environment, something like that. So alhamdulillah, actually we can improve our environmental and also our sustainability in our farmers community by using this technology, including IoT, sensors, and so on. So no worries.
Okay. Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, thank you very much for your question. I think I have, I mean, this is a question that kind of comes up quite a lot in many such blockchain forums. Initially, when blockchain technology started, or when Bitcoin was launched, it did have a lot of energy consumption because of the proof of works algorithm that it uses. And the proof of work algorithm becomes more demanding as the computation required becomes more complex every day. So we could solve Bitcoin pure proof of work puzzle very quickly. So I could use my laptop before to solve it, but now it cannot be done on a laptop. You need to have a data center with a really large powerful computers and GPUs to make it work. So currently, Bitcoin has that challenge of energy consumption, and there are some stats that show that the energy required for running the Bitcoin network is as much as the electricity consumption of Iceland, like a whole country. But what has happened over time is and this goes down to the main problem of the consensus algorithm that is used. So proof of work is a very high energy consuming algorithm, but at the same time, it also makes it very, very secure. So it will be very difficult for you to go and change anything in the Bitcoin blockchain, because the time it takes to create a new block is 10 minutes, and it's growing. And the time to re-mine a block using proof of works takes time. So you cannot go back 10 years and change the whole network. So that is a benefit. But this became a problem when enterprises wanted to use blockchain. And then the first thing that they saw was, oh, if I have to use Bitcoin, it is going to cost me a lot. The mining as well as the ongoing transaction fees, which is when a number of other algorithms were proposed, like proof of stake, which is used in Ethereum now. Initially it was proof of works. So such algorithms reduce the energy demand. That is one thing. The second thing is the concept of layer 2 solutions have come up, layer 2 blockchains. So Ethereum is a layer 1 chain, but Polygon that we use is a layer 2 solution. And what Polygon does is it reduces the cost of the transactions and thereby the energy consumption by combining multiple transactions and putting it in one go. So that way the energy requirements are reduced quite a lot. And if you see, there are probably more than, I don't know, 30, 40 different consensus algorithms there now. So depending upon what use case you have, you're trying to solve, you should choose an appropriate algorithm, consensus algorithm, to make it work. Other option is don't use a consensus algorithm at all. You don't need a blockchain, you may just need a distributed ledger. That would save your energy requirements. So yeah, I think one thing, if you can take this from this session, is blockchain is not expensive if you know how to use it properly. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. And last, Mrs. Nurul.
Is something right. Okay, energy consumption is something that is a setback for blockchain application, but for me, the benefit is outweigh the risk we have to take. So, like Dr. Vidya said, it is something that we need to consider. Thank you.
The technology. It's our job how to capture those opportunities. Many times we are facing a data storage problem. Mrs. Nurul approaching a lifelong learning as her topic today. This is a great capture for me. As there is no stop sign if you talking about learning. Blockchain technology is a great solution for that, since this technology is always growing as long as it's maintained and has a good support. From Dr. Vidyasagar Potdar, blockchain already had an important impact, not just in economic sector, but it also reads the academic security already had a specific lab for blockchain. That is really something new for us. The academic already tried to reach and capture the opportunity for the blockchain. There are many areas that can be reached with blockchain. As an example, mobile apps and web apps that include games. DeFi development, even more for small things like coffee cups and the waste environment. It's small but has a massive impact for the sustainable of this world. Last but not least, Professor Nurdin, blockchain on distributed ledger could be an answer for many issues. In Malaysia, it has a food supply chain problem. I could say it will be and always be our problem for the entire world. How we should take the advantage for the technology. Perhaps there will be more physical products for the reality that can be used for the supply chain food. As a whole conclusion, it can be concluded that blockchain is not only limited to cryptocurrency. There are many other benefits that can be obtained from blockchain technology. For example, the use of electronic health record, agriculture, academic records, and so on. With the hope that this data can be stored safely, easily accessed, and everlasting. Last but not least, I'm Hamonangan. On behalf of the conference committee, would like to thank all participants who joined us today. We hope we get inside today. Please enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin, Dr. Vidyasagar M. Poddar, Dr. Nurul Hijal Mazlan, and Mr. Hamonangan Kinantan Prabu for the insightful speech on the first day of our conference. Next, we will now present a token of gratitude for our keynote speakers.
Selanjutnya akan ada penyerahan plakat untuk para narasumber kami. Untuk perwakilan dari pihak Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, kami persilahkan.
To Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin, we would like to invite you to the stage.
Baik, untuk sesi dokumentasi akan kembali saya pandu. 1, 2, 3.
Give a big applause for our keynote speakers. Okay.
Oke, baik. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Next to our keynote speakers, to Dr. Vidyasagar and Potdar, we'd like to invite you to the stage.
Baik, sesi dokumentasi akan saya pandu lagi. 1, 2, 3. Oke.
Give a big applause for our keynote speakers. Thank you to our keynote speakers to attending this conference.
Mungkin foto satu kali lagi ya. Nah, oke. 1, 2, 3.
Once again, thank you very much to our keynote speakers for attending this conference. Once again, thank you to Professor Dr. Muhammad Nurdin, Dr. Vidyasagar M. Potdar, Dr. Nurul Hija Mazlan, and Mr. Hamonangan Kinatan Prabu for the insightful speech on the first day of our conference. Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to have a break session for prayer and lunch until 1 p.m.
Para tamu undangan dan hadirin yang terhormat, serta Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Selanjutnya, akan ada sesi istirahat sampai pukul 1 siang waktu Indonesia Barat.
The next parallel sessions will be shared in some breakout rooms. Participants can stay in this Zoom meeting or come back before 1 p.m. to join your breakout room sessions. Breakout rooms will be guided by our moderators, and please join the breakout room based on your paper ID number.
Sesi paralel selanjutnya akan diadakan di breakout room. Partisipan disilahkan untuk bergabung ke dalam ruang meeting ini atau kembali pada pukul 1 siang nanti untuk menghadiri sesi breakout room yang akan dipimpin oleh moderator. Silakan bergabung dalam breakout room berdasarkan nomor ID paper Anda.
To all guests and all offline participants, please enjoy your lunch at the restaurant in the ground floor.
Kepada para tamu dan peserta yang hadir secara offline, silakan menikmati hidangan makan siang di restoran yang berada di lantai dasar.
Thank you very much and see you again very soon.
Smile, now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you